Hi there, today David and I are going to answer some of those questions about salt damp we get asked most often.
And probably the biggest question we get asked is, what is salt damp? Well, salt damp is basically the natural ground moisture coming up using the capillary action to rise up through the bricks.
What is capillary action?
What is capillary action? Well, put it simply, picture a sponge in water. It sucks up the water and the moisture will then evaporate out the top. Salt damp's the same thing. It's ground moisture coming up and evaporating out through the wall surface. As the moisture comes up, the natural ground salt comes with it. As the salt hits the surface, that's where it does its damage.
Salt damp is a slow-moving process, and there's a lot of evidence to say the older your house and the longer the salt damp's been around, it accelerates the rate of the damage that the salt damp can cause. So if you've got a house that's about 100 years old, it's probably going to accelerate fairly rapidly by salt damp standards. But still, you've always got a bit of time up your sleeve. But as with anything, the earlier you get to it, the less follow-up repairs that you're probably going to have to undertake.
Look, when starting a renovation, if you're looking at treating salt damp as well, always try and remember that there is a dry out period after fixing salt damp. So the sooner you get to the treatments, the sooner you can coordinate the repairs with your renovations.
The way in which we fix salt damp is firstly we have to create a barrier at the base of the wall to stop this moisture and salt that's coming out of the ground. So we drill a series of holes along the base of the wall, into the mortar joint, and into these holes we place a product called siloxane, which is essentially a liquid plastic. This siloxane spreads through the full width of the wall and along the wall and creates that barrier, so no more salt and moisture can rise up into the wall.
When it comes to fixing salt damp, there's a three-stage process. There's one, stopping the damp, as Neil's just explained. The second stage we would say would be the dry out time, which can vary depending on the thickness of the wall. And then the third stage would be repairing the damage that it's done. So as far as replastering and fixing up your stone and your mortar and your brickwork and things like that.
At Tech Dry, we use an Australian made and manufactured product.
Our product is 100% safe. Like Neil said, it's Australian made, it's water based, there's no odour involved, and it's environmentally friendly.
You definitely don't need to move out of your house when the salt damp is being treated. 95% of our customers stay in their home while this process is being undertaken.
Well, how much will it cost? Well, that's same as how long is a piece of string. It comes down to how many meters there are affected, how much damage has occurred, exactly what we need to do. But it's one of those things where we'll work with you, and if need be, we can break it down into sections, which are more important than others to you.
And often it doesn't cost as much as you think. The important thing is we'll come out to your home at free of charge and have a look and decide firstly, is it salt damp? And then from there we can determine how much it's going to cost, and we can break that quote up for you into easily manageable stages.
Well, I wish it was covered by insurance. We'd be absolutely flat out. It'd be one of those things where you're probably best off checking with your own insurance company and exactly find out what they cover and what they don't.